What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do the general sneak peek for the sign of Taurus. Taurus, you are first this week on the zodiac lineup. My fellow collective, okay? As y'all know, I am a Taurus sun, okay? So our season is beginning today. Okay, so happy birthday to all the Tauruses out there. All right, remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. You guys know how this goes. We're going to pull 2 from the top, 2 from the bottom, and 1 energetically from the middle. Okay, and we'll do the same with the miniature deck. Okay, and then for clarifiers, and then we'll go into the elemental oracle to get your advice, okay, or energy. Okay, and I'm just gonna slide these over just a little bit so y'all hopefully can see the whole spread here. Okay, okay, so let's go ahead and get into y'all's reading. Let's see what we have. Let's pull these down a little bit. Need some space. So we have Temperance. We have the King of Swords. We have the 9 of Swords, Justice, and the Sun. Okay, interesting, Taurus, interesting. Okay, so Temperance is starting you off, okay, this week, or whenever you see this video, whenever it resonates with you. Okay, Temperance, as you can see, pouring from one cup into another. It's talking about balancing out in one toe in, one toe out. Okay, and so really having patience. Temperance is usually talking about patience. Okay, so there's something around you at this time, Taurus, that's requiring you to have patience. Okay, and sadly to say, Taurus is already one of the most patient signs of the zodiac. Okay, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Taurus, but it's because it's true. Okay, and I think Tauruses are mostly primarily understanding because of, well, patient, because we are a very understanding sign. Okay, we usually are good listeners. We look and listen to all the details of a situation before we actually act. We're very logical thinkers. We're very detail oriented. And so we have a tendency of really looking at the facts and the details of a situation. And so I think, and we understand primarily both sides. Thus with Temperance, one toe in, one toe out, pouring from one cup into another, and just really using our crown chakra, our logical mindset, before making a firm decision. Okay, and so with that being said, sometimes even though we have those innate characteristics and abilities, it is still sometimes difficult to be patient with either certain people, places, or things. Okay, especially if it's going to cause issues with our normal routine. Okay, because Tauruses, of course, we're known for not liking change. It's not that we don't like change. I think it's more so we don't like things interrupting our routine. Okay, and so with that being said, it's just going to be a little bit difficult, I think, for some Tauruses to have patience as they're used to things being a certain way. Okay, and so let's move forward with this King of Swords, okay? King of Swords coming here next, okay? I feel as though this King of Swords, maybe you are waiting, Taurus, for someone to come forth with some truth here. King of Swords, basically some long-awaited truth, okay? That with this Nine of Swords in the middle of your spread has really had you up at night, possibly some insomnia, worry, dreams, maybe some lucid dreaming or toxic or karmic type of energy around you, possibly Taurus, that has kept you up at night, or maybe kept this person up at night. But I feel like it's been more so you having some sleepless nights over the situation, okay? Waiting on some type of truth, or yet again, this Justice card showing up, okay? So just wanting the scales to be balanced, okay? As you see the scale on one side and the sword in the other, okay? Like I said, wanting the scales to be balanced, wanting truth to be told, possibly also wanting to be heard, okay? As there is two sides to every story, okay? That is necessary within your spread here, Taurus. There are two sides to every story, okay? And so, like I said, Taurus is willing to hear one side of the story, but Taurus also wants to be heard with this Justice card being here as well, because it's like Taurus also has a story to tell, okay? It's not just on one person, okay? And with any situation, there are two sides to everything. It can't be just one-sided, okay? And so Taurus is also, as I usually say, I'm on the right side of right, okay? And most Tauruses are, okay? Sometimes it depends on what's in your chart, but nonetheless, we're not going to get into all of that. However, towards the end here, Taurus, we do have the sun here, okay? There is light at the end of the tunnel, and there's going to be some form of enlightenment for either both sides or one particular side, okay? And where things will lighten up towards the end of the week or whenever you see this reading, okay? So with that being said, we're going to go into the miniature deck, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle here, so some type of energy possibly has changed while we were going over your spread here, Taurus. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle these real quick, okay? Okay, one more, and then we'll cut. And I'm just hearing a lot of, I'm hearing like the question why with this Nine of Swords, you know, like why am I losing sleep over something, things of that nature, okay? Really, really heavy insomnia. And like I said, with it being, usually when I look at a spread, I really pay attention to the middle card, because sometimes to me that is like the main focus of the read. And so you have this side here and you have this side here, but smack dab in the middle is what you're really feeling, okay? And that's what I'm energetically being guided to look at right now. I can't stop looking at this Nine of Swords, okay? Where you have literally been losing sleep over a certain situation. Like I said, person, place, or thing, Taurus, okay? And it's really been bogging you down for a very long time, okay? And it's possible that this person doesn't know this, okay? And how would they know, okay, if they don't ask or even consider that, okay? It's a lack of emotional intelligence here on someone's behalf, and it's not yours, Taurus, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and pull one from the top for Temperance, second from the top for the King of Swords, one directly from the bottom for the Nine of Swords, second from the bottom for Justice, and then one energetically from the middle for the Sun. Okay, so let's see what you have for each one, Taurus. Starting off with Temperance, we have the Three of Wands. Okay, we have the Three of Wands, Taurus. Okay, clarifying Temperance. So Three of Wands is usually talking about starting a new foundation, or a foundation that is growing. Maybe you're building on something, Taurus. Okay, and it's just hard to, like I said, be patient. Okay, everybody knows you got to crawl before you walk, no matter what it is that you're starting with. Whether it be a relationship, you have to start off where it is best to start off as friends and slowly work your way up into a relationship. Okay, if you're building a house, there's steps to building a house. You want to see that house built and on its foundation, and you want all the pretty foliage and paint and all of that stuff. You want it to be done, but there's things that you have to be patient in order to get to that final step. Okay, and so whatever it is that you're building on right now, or like I said, waiting to talk to someone or anything of that nature, if it has to do with a relationship, it's primarily, Spirit is saying to be patient. Okay, Rome wasn't built in a day. You're slowly building towards something, and it is going to possibly show you in the long run. You'll see the fruits of your labor, but don't give up on it. Just keep pouring into it and trying to be as patient as you possibly can, with the hopes of this Three of Wands to start and have a strong foundation. Okay, and so just be patient. Okay, I know that's hard to do. I know that's hard to do when you're already doing it. Okay, and so we have the King of Swords being clarified by the Nine of Hearts, which is the Nine of Cups in this deck. Okay, Taurus, either you or someone else, I feel like it's you right now, Taurus. For some of you, with this Nine of Hearts, Nine of Cups energy is where you are very, it's either you, Taurus, or someone else is very satisfied with the things or accomplishments that they have. They're very kind of like full of themselves. Okay, you may be feeling yourself at this point in time where you are being very honest with who you are emotionally, because Cups is talking about emotions. Okay, so but you also have this King of Swords. Okay, and so someone is just feeling very solid within themselves as a person, and maybe was very direct with you, or is about to be very direct with you about who they are as a person or what they want. Maybe they needed time alone, or maybe you need time alone. Okay, to really focus on yourself and your accomplishments, and maybe your inner self work, things of that nature. Okay, there were assumptions that were possibly made, I'm hearing, that caused some words to be said. Okay, for some of you that were very hurtful, either you to someone or someone to you, but I feel like this is more towards you, Taurus. Like I said, for some of you, it's a possibility of you are now speaking from a place of solidity for yourself, and you're no longer trying to entertain anybody else. You're kind of focused on yourself right now, okay, for the majority of you Tauruses, okay? Next, we have the Fool, clarifying the Nine of Swords, okay? The Fool clarifying the Nine of Swords. Taurus, you may have these sleepless nights have possibly been because of the fact that you feel like you feel like a fool for falling for someone or something, or getting into something, or losing sleep trying to figure out whether or not if you should move on and take a leap of faith on something else, or if you should have took a leap of faith on this person, okay? It's talking about possible trust issues, things of that nature, okay? Wondering if it was even worth it. Like I said, it could be a person or place or thing, okay? Of wondering if it was even worth it in the long run, okay? Let's move forward. We're at 16:15 in your reading. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles being clarifying the Justice card here, okay? Nine of Pentacles clarifying justice, okay? So I feel as though you're looking for some type of fairness when it comes to maybe your personal finances, okay? That could be in reference to career-wise, okay? It could also be justice in the sense of your value, someone knowing what your value is, okay? And that could be in reference to your job, or it could be in reference to a relationship. But really just you are in a decent place right now, but not as you should be, okay? And so I feel like it's about valuing yourself, getting your flowers, your appreciation like you should, as you are a good person, Taurus, and most Tauruses are, okay? And we get taken advantage of sometimes, okay? And so you just are looking for that gratification in a sense of, I feel like your name being cleared in a sense of who you are as a person, okay? And so if anyone has doubted you, okay? So with that being said, we have the Sun being clarified by the Magician, okay? The Sun being clarified by the Magician. So with this, I feel as though, Taurus, you are a truly beautiful being, okay? You have a truly beautiful energy, Taurus. Don't let anyone take that away from you or try to manipulate you into thinking that you're anything less than that, okay? Those who know you well know how good of a person you are, and they will appreciate you, okay? That's why our birthdays are on the way, okay? But aside from that, you have to make your own happiness, okay? And whatever that is, you should aim for it, whether it be with someone or without someone, okay? And so don't let anyone take away that beautiful light that you have within you, Taurus, because you are definitely one. And again, I may be biased because I am a Taurus, but we are and have beautiful energy around us, okay? And so we have to be able to create our own happiness and not look for someone else to create it for us, okay? And so, you know, focus on what you need to in order to create that happiness, okay? Don't focus on this person, okay? Never have any regrets, especially when you stayed on the right side of right and when you know that you are true and pure of heart, okay? So don't regret anything that you've done, okay? Because it did not go in vain, okay? If anything, it taught someone a lesson, whether it be you know, a person, whether it be a friendship, whether it be a relationship, whatever the case may be, it should have taught them something, and maybe that's something they can use in the long run in the future. If it's not with you, it will be down the road, okay? And one thing that I will say when it comes to Taurus and me personally, you know, anyone who's experienced me has experienced the best. And that's because I make sure I'm the best to myself as much as I am to anyone else, okay? So with that being said, we are going in to your elemental oracle. I'm going to shuffle one more time, and then we'll cut, and then we'll do an energetic pull for your final advice, okay? All right. So let's see what your elemental oracle is, and then we'll refer to the book. So we have the number 16 equaling out to 7 for inner strength. We have mountains, clarity, okay? Mountains, clarity. And she's sitting underneath a mountain in the snow, okay? You need to pause, Taurus, and possibly again, and I have this right in the center, right up underneath this 9 of Swords energy, okay? You need to rest, okay? I don't know about y'all, but I got a vacation coming up, and that's exactly part of what I plan to do, is get some serious rest, as I have been a little bit insomniatic, a bit, but not a lot. My sleep pattern has been very weird lately, but I press on. I still get at least a rough 6 to 7 hours of sleep if I can. But for my vacation, I definitely will be getting some rest. So I hope you guys do the same, okay? But just within getting rest, you can wake up with a fresh mind and really see things from a different perspective. Like I said, there are 2 sides to every story, okay? And so while you may know your side, hopefully you get to learn what's going on from the other perspective, okay? But just keep that logical mindset, whatever it is that's going on in your situation, okay? So it says here, there is an advantage to looking at things from a higher perspective. You are too close to something to see it properly and clearly. Take the high road. Look at the big picture. Are you making too big a deal of something? Fael Glogger is ancient Norse for mountain, and this is earth energy, okay? So you are a earth sign, Taurus, okay? So take a step back. Like I said, it's hard for us to be patient because we are so understanding, or we come off and, you know, say that we are very understanding, but it's hard to be understanding when you don't know what it is that you have to understand. And it's hard to see from a higher perspective when you don't know what the other perspective is. So right now things are kind of, the moon card didn't come out, but there is, with this sun coming out at the end, there's some form of enlightenment coming in for you, Taurus, okay? And with patience starting at the beginning, it's like you're going through this energy here to get to this enlightenment, okay, to shed some light on things, okay? And with this sword energy playing in your reading, is talking about some truth being shown or told to you. It's just being patient and waiting for that truth to come out, okay? And so by all means, do something that is going to distract you from while you're waiting on this truth, if you possibly can, and get yourself some rest. Try not to dig too much if you can, especially, like I said, if you're too close to the energy, then it's going to be very hard for you to understand, okay? Because you want an outcome now, because you've been waiting for so long with this Nine of Swords energy being smack dab in the middle, okay? So with that being said, Taurus, I hope you guys are going to ride this energy wave with me throughout the week. We have 4 more readings for you guys. So until then, peace.